here's the current dilemma. I really want to run this wheel right here, the CR two-piece. These fenders aren't clearing. So there's only one thing we can do.
In the house for us right here. It's the instruments.
Today we're working on Mark's Soarer front fenders. They are not wide enough for the wheels that he runs on this car. So I put down my measurements. I just ground it all down so that I can put it on for good, mark it the way it should sit before I cut out this fender. We're gonna cut out this fender, put on the new flare, get it sitting all nice, and weld it all up, and Mark will do body work on it later. This is how it looks when you cut it, and some people run fitment like this. This purple line right here is the top of the flare, so I just cut it like a 1/4 inch lower. I just freehanded a line, cut it down, that way I have material to seam seal or two, and if you were trying to do a butt weld, not an overlap, you're trying too hard. That's just...
Yeah, you're not that guy, pal.
It's like a 30-year-old car, but you know.
It's not that serious, bro.
It really is not.
First off, I'd like to say that you said, so you cut it like this. No one's freehanding that, brother. Brother, if I cut that up, there would be...
Look like a dog shootout.
Yeah, it would...
But I'm talking to you. Before we start on my part of this video, I want to give a huge shout out to Ruben for coming in and welding these flares up. He got them all mocked up, fitted, and welded all in a matter of like 4 hours, which is crazy. So massive shout out to him. I think if I tried to do this myself, it would probably take me like 3 days. So I will say, I don't know how good those intro clips came out to showing the actual flare itself and how it sits on the Soarer, but these look great. They actually look really, really good. My favorite part about running a metal custom flare is the fact that whenever you do custom flares, you can fit them up however you want. And with the Soarers, and just SC chassis in particular, your wheel fitment in the front is pretty hard to get sitting low because of how high the front fender sits from factory. So when we mocked up these flares, I told her to drop it an inch, that way I can be like a fake low. It's pretty sick. Super pumped about that. I can't wait to see these things finished and on the car. So let's get to it.
Everything happens in time. There's a time for everything. There's a time for unicorns. There's a time for the soul. There was for me.
Update for you guys. Got a little carried away doing this bondo work. Figured, you know what, let me explain myself before I get into the final stages of shaping these fenders, kind of run you guys through the whole process, you know, in case you guys are interested in doing this yourself. So as you guys saw earlier, I grinded down all the welds around the flare that got welded up. I actually welded up these little sections over here. And then my next step after that was fiberglass Bondo to build some rigidity between both the fender and the flare. And then I skim coated it with regular Bondo. I'm just gonna start shaping this. I'm gonna go in with like some 120 grit, go pretty aggressive, knock it down everywhere. Definitely a weirder flare design because of this body line. The SC body lines are pretty fat. I mean, you can kind of tell. It's pretty like aggressive right here. So I tried to fade it in as best I can with fiberglass Bondo. Then I didn't really put any other Bondo here, but I'm trying to make it like a little taper. Hopefully it works out at the end. So there's so much more areas that I can work into to get this thing sitting perfect, but this is what I'm gonna call it. At the end of the day, this car is a drift car, and as long as it's not crazy wavy, I'm happy. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I definitely still have high spots and low spots in a few areas that I could have improved on. The good thing is the color that I'm going on this thing hides a lot of imperfections, so it'll play in my benefit with bodywork. The bad thing is the bodywork's low-key trash, so sorry to Ruben in advance because I know he's going to critique the crap out of this, but it is what it is. It's a drift car. Alright, everything I said in that last clip, discard. This fender is so far from being done. This is my first project doing real bodywork, or I guess harder bodywork, where I'm actually shaping lines and shaping flares and such. And because of that, there's gonna be things that I do wrong, and this was one of them. Alright, so if you look at this right here, this is what I'm talking about. So you guys can see where it starts right here. It's super faint. Like when I was blocking this, you're pretty much just blocking just literally a straight surface. You can grab a Durablock and just sand it, you know, sideways. The flare starts to become more aggressive towards the lower you go. From right here, you kind of have a transition point where, you know, you notice, hey, this isn't stock. This has a little bit of a flare. And then right here, you could really tell that there's a flare. After I spray these with primer while it was still wet, you can tell pretty badly that right here, the flare kind of divoted in and then came out. Obviously not that aggressive, but it was like a marshmallow right here. It kind of went like this right here. Well, I just didn't like that. So now I'm gonna come back in. I'm gonna add some Bondo right here. Build this up again because there's a little low spot right here. Transition that Bondo into this, and then keep in mind when I'm sanding that, hey, the flare needs to sit, you know, in this overall shape. So and just like that, the front fenders are complete. Now, I spent most of yesterday night trying to get this front fender right here dialed in, and I think this is where I'm gonna leave it. When I did go onto this front fender journey, me and Ruben both agreed that for the Soarer, the SC chassis, I think the more low-key the flare is, the better it looks. Like originally we were gonna do like those BN style JZX 100s and Koki S14s where they had literally the 3-inch banana flares welded on and super smooth transition, and you can see that, you know, there's separation from the fender to the flare itself. But the more we looked at this car, the more we kind of realized that it's a lot rounder than pretty much anything else out there. And if we have that major disconnect, I don't think it would look bad, but I think it would be almost like fighting against the Soarer original body lines. So when we came into this project, we did want to make it super subtle, and I think we did just that. Like looking from the front of the fender, it's low-key hard to tell that you even have a flare on here, but this fender flare that we bought is 2 inches out and sits an inch lower, so like there's quite a bit of, you know, more width to this. I mean, what is that? That's almost 50 mil in just the front. Still matches up to the bumper. That's why we welded it a little bit that way, so that way this line right here isn't as aggressive meeting to the bumper. And then the back side, this is where you can actually tell that there's something going on. You know, like looking from the front or from the side, you might think, you know, stock body. As soon as you come back here, you can tell there's either a flare or some type of wide body on this thing. So now I wish I could say that that was the last of my bodywork journey, because originally all that bodywork asked for was these rear quarter panels to get skimmed and those front fenders to get built out. But sadly, we had some other issues present themselves, which now calls for more bodywork. Let me show you guys. This is the issue right here. Originally, when I got these wheels, I did not test fit them. I didn't want to get my excitement levels down. I wanted to test fit them when the whole kit was complete and the fenders and over fenders, everything was complete. That way I get to see the wheels on the final product. And well, that low-key backstabbed me, because these wheels right here are 5x100. The car is a 5x114. I have a conversion spacer, but these wheels are too wide to clear the over fenders that I currently have right now. Now, yes, I could get some other wheels, but this is a budget build, and I got these Soarer 2 pieces for a dummy deal. So I don't really want to let go of them. I thought of flipping them against some other wheels, but I don't even think I'd come close to touching any 2-piece welded or 3-piece wheels for the price I paid for this setup right here. So I do want to try to make a workaround and try to run these wheels. I love the finish of these. It's going to match the new color really well, and the sizes look great front and rear. So this problem only calls for one solution, and this is it. This right here is a very logical solution to my problem. So in the next episode, we'll be doing more wide body to the rear of the Soarer. See you guys then.
Yeah.